be able to get the 90 minutes in, and what a 90 minutes it is going to be here in the capital of Belize, as the Bandits, who fell to Walter Ferretti 4-1 back in Nicaragua at Estadio Independencia just a week ago. Certainly a wild game at that, which saw the scoring opening with Marcos Mendez, who ended up getting a laceration to the face. He is unavailable tonight. He will be out for quite possibly the next 2 months. Suffered 5 fractures in his face as well as his nose in scoring that opening goal, putting his head where few men would, as that got things started at 1-0, and then it was Jose Lorero scoring a second late in the second half. But however, Belmopan would get an away goal, which could prove to be monumental down the stretch here if the Bandits were to be able to level things on aggregate. If we were to finish tied on aggregate at the end of these 90 minutes, Belmopan would have the advantage with the 1 away goal. That's obviously barring any away goal from Walter Ferretti. But after that 2-1 lead for the Bandits, after Georgie Welcome converted from the penalty spot, Walter Ferretti started to put some pressure on in the last few minutes of the game, and it wasn't as much pressure as it was sort of collapse from Belmopan's side, as in the last 2 minutes they gave away 2 horrendous goals. The substitute Norman Anderson would end up giving an away goal up, or an own goal up, excuse me, and then as well as the goalkeeper Shane Orio with an absolute howler, as he was unable to clear the ball out of the back, and then Jose Lorero scoring his second goal of the evening, really putting this match and perhaps this round of the Scotiabank Concacaf League out of reach for the side at Belmopan, with certainly a star-studded lineup with a few internationals as well as some local flavor, who a lot of teams expected them to be the favorite going into this contest. But Walter Ferretti performed brilliantly at home at the Estadio Independencia, which is about 2.5 hours away from the capital of Nicaragua, Managua, where Walter Ferretti play. And it was certainly a solid performance from Flavio da Silva's side, who went into the match not expecting them to be the favorite and not expecting them to be the better team, but the scoreline certainly showed differently at the end of 90 minutes, and it is certainly going to be an uphill climb for the Bandits and Kent Gray's squad here tonight in the second leg of the inaugural Scotiabank Concacaf League. Again, Tyler Terrence here, just moments away from kickoff, and we'll have starting lineups for you in just a few moments as well. Obviously, these two teams very strong in their own domestic leagues. Belmopan Bandits were the opening and closing champions in 2016 as well as 2017. They were the first team from Central America to qualify for the Scotiabank Concacaf League, so a little bit of history as well in there. And they beat Hankook Verdes in the closing finals 1-0 on aggregate. They won 7 of the last 11 championships in the Belizean Domestic League. Jamaica and Belize, the only 2 countries with only 1 berth here in the CONCACAF League. So Belmopan representing Belize solely in this tournament, and they are going to have a long 90 minutes ahead of them if they're going to perhaps advance into the quarterfinals. The winner of this match, and for all intents and purposes right now it looks like Walter Ferretti will, but we have seen crazier things in the game of football, this fickle game of football, if you will. And this Belmopan team, if they were to win, or perhaps if Walter Ferretti are to go through, they will take on Plaza Amador, who advanced through penalty kicks against Portmore United just a night ago, as Portmore won the first leg in Jamaica 1-0 and then lost in Panama to Amador 1-0 in the second, which would end up forcing penalty kicks. And it was actually the goalkeeper Eric Hughes who converted the final penalty kick in that match. And the winner of this at the end of the 90 minutes, or perhaps taking extra time and penalties if we get there, will take on Plaza Amador. But first, the teams will walk out here at Isidora Beaton Stadium in the capital of Belize, Belmopan. Well, the visitors, Walter Ferretti, are going to be wearing the all-blue kits tonight. And then you see there in the middle as well, the head referee, Ariel Amet Sanchez. And now the starting lineup for the Belmopan Bandits, almost exactly the same with a couple of changes. Shane Oreo in goal. Ian Gainer, very talented. He was actually the one who hit Marcos Mendez in the face in the first leg. Elroy Smith will captain this Belmopan side. Georgie Welcome, their leading goal scorer who converted on the penalty in the first leg. He'll be up top. Khalil Velasquez, Darwin Martinez, Jerome James, Amotam Philho, Tyrone Pandy, Roland Salawu, and Kervin Johnson Kenkray in charge. And another look at our refereeing crew for this evening, and Walter Ferretti taking their mean-mugged starting 11 picture before this historic match, which could see the Nicaraguan side move on to the quarterfinals. They really just have to play a solid defensive match and hope for a solid match from their goalkeeper, Dennis Espinoza. And again, our head referee for tonight's match, Ariel Sanchez, Gabriel Victoria, Alejandro Camarena, and John Pitti out of Panama, an all Panamanian crew. And interesting that the winner of these this game right here will actually see a Panamanian side in the next leg, as the captain, Dennis Espinoza, as well as Elroy Smith right now, handling the coin toss. And as we approach the end of the pleasantries and processions here in Belmopan, inching closer to kickoff. And now the starting lineup for Walter Ferretti right now, who are in the driver's seat, up 4-1 on aggregate. Dennis Espinoza, the keeper and the captain, Eder Munive, Jesse Lopez, Rafael de Almeida, Alejandro Tapia, Kenneth Venegas, Robinson de Silva, Jose Lorero, who had the brace in the first leg, Yosemar Amador, Jorge Garcia, and Cristian Gutierrez, and in charge, Flavio de Silva. And there you see Walter Ferretti, as well as the Belmopan Bandits, getting ready for what should be a scintillating 90 minutes. And right now we will take a look at the substitutions available for both sides. And for Belmopan, Devin Nunez, Norman Anderson, who actually gave up the own goal, coming on as a substitute. High King Roberts got a start last game. Matthew Leal, Marlon Meza, David Madrid, Umberto Requena, and for Walter Ferretti, Jadzeel Mendoza, Gerardo Acret, Nolan Quadro, as well as a number of other players who are certainly capable of making an impact on the bench, as Ariel Sanchez is almost ready for kickoff here in the capital of Belize. Belmopan, as their darlings here, the Bandits, will look to complete an improbable comeback. And it is always interesting in the second leg of first and second leg type formats in these tournaments to see how the opposition will come out when they're down by so many goals on aggregate, but at the same time, you know exactly what the strategy is going to be, and it is certainly going to make for an interesting start to the game, as Belmopan, I'm sure, are going to be looking for a quick start. Ariel Sanchez is ready. We hope you are as well. The players certainly are, and we are underway for the second leg of this round of 16 here in the inaugural Scotiabank Concacaf League. The winner will face Plaza Amador in the next round in the quarterfinals. The Panamanian side advancing on penalty kicks over Portmore, the Jamaican side, just about 24 hours ago. So the stage is set, as well as the field, here at Isidoro Biaton Stadium. It's Walter Ferretti's side leading 4-1 on aggregate, and right now in charge of the ball. And we'll be looking to possess and just look to make life difficult for this Belmopan side. And right off the bat, Jesse Lopez getting into a dangerous area. Belmopan cuts it out, but Lopez doing well to track back. Belmopan trying to inch their way up the field, but have the pass go out of bounds. Jose Lorero, 2 goals in the first leg. Norman Anderson from Belmopan surrendering an own goal, as well as Marcos Mendez scoring the goal that got us started in the first leg, and the first ever goal for Walter Ferretti in a Scotiabank CONCACAF League. But it certainly came at a price, as Marco Mendez was absolutely clobbered in the face by Ian Gainer. And Mendez would be taken to a local hospital. He was actually just released a couple days ago, so he spent 4 days and 4 nights in a hospital in Nicaragua, as that ball is flicked on and it's just tipped over the crossbar, or perhaps maybe it hit the crossbar, as the referee is pointing to the 6. But either way, it's early work for Shane Oreo. It remains 0-0, but certainly a great chance there for Cristian Gutierrez, the 24-year-old out of Nicaragua. As we'll take another look, great ball whipped in from Lorero. And Shane Oreo didn't see it until it was already over the bar. And it remains 0-0 here, and not even at the 2-minute mark, and already a great chance for Walter Ferretti at the start. And there's a look at Walter Ferretti manager Flavio da Silva, Brazilian manager who played in his prime, and as well as coached a number of years after playing in Brazil, and now in charge of a very solid Nicaraguan side who have won 3 Nicaraguan titles in their history, 97, 98, 2000, 2001, as well as 2014, 2015, and is looking to make a splash here in the Scotiabank Concacaf League. His team certainly in control in this second leg, but they do need to close it out against the Belmopan team, who's going to throw everything at them here, especially in the opening minutes, because an early goal would certainly prove to be vital. Take another look there at the clearance as Welcome taken down in the box. The home crowd here in Belmopan looking for a call. They're not going to get one. Robinson trying to come away with it as it's through for James. James cut out momentarily by Gutierrez, and he'll see it out of bounds. It'll be another Belmopan throw-in, and certainly a good start for Kent Gray's side. Down 3 goals on aggregate, and if the score were to finish 3-0 Belmopan at the end of 90 minutes, it would be the Belizean side to advance due to that away goal that Georgie Welcome converted from the penalty spot, but certainly a long way to go before we can talking about that. For now, we will focus our attention here at the 3.5-minute mark as Welcome brings it down, waiting for a teammate to maybe have a go. Johnson goes out wide. The ball sent in towards the back post. And it is going to be a foul against Hamilton Filho out of Brazil. And Dennis Espinoza, the captain for this Walter Ferretti side, will claim the ball. And you take another look there, and looks for all in the world that Welcome was certainly hindered and was impeded trying to get the ball. Fortunate for Walter Ferretti that Ariel Sanchez didn't blow his whistle, and it certainly would have been a horrific start for Walter Ferretti and a brilliant one for Belmopan, but either way it remains 0-0. And we will continue on as Hamilton Filho dribbles that out of bounds, and here is Loureiro, who scored a brace in the first leg. His first goal was certainly spectacular, a great finish from about 18 yards out, beating Shane Orio to the far post with his patented left foot. His second goal, however, was directly correlated with a mistake that Shane Orio made at the back. And now Jorge Garcia on the move as that ball trickles out of bounds, and it'll go back to Belmopan. It's Walter Ferretti's side opening runners-up in 2016 and closing champions, and advanced to the CONCACAF League by way of an odd champion as Garcia looking to get on the end of this, sent into the middle, and Shane Orio will collect. But either way, a strong move from Walter Ferretti early on as both teams vying for possibly an early goal. And now here's an opportunity, trying to go for goal, and now it's coming out to Welcome. It's cleared away. Jerome James almost got there, being hounded by 2 different Walter Ferretti defenders, and what a brilliant start it would have been if not for superb last-ditch defending. Just a mistime header, and James could not get a proper foot to it. Heder Manuve was in on the scene, as well as another Walter Ferretti defender. It looks like it was Christian Gutierrez who made the ever-important touch to make sure that James couldn't get a foot to it. And Belmopan will give the ball back to Walter Ferretti, who are in clear possession after Gutierrez hit the ground. And the crowd here appreciating the gamesmanship from their Bandits. And Walter Ferretti will resume play with the ball. Clipped in towards James again. James causing all sorts of problems on the back line, and James committing a high foul there as Eder Munive, 27-year-old Colombian, caught a little bit of a high foot there from Jerome James. And it will be a goal kick for Walter Ferretti. Dennis Espinoza, the 33-year-old goalkeeper for this Nicaraguan side, 6 World Cup qualifying appearances, and actually made a Gold Cup appearance in 2009 with Nicaragua. Welcome trying to bring it down and hold it up for Belmopan and does well. Amador chasing him down. It comes out wide. Belmopan feel that they were hard done there, but will play on. Loureiro takes a heavy touch into space, shows a little bit too much there to Elroy Smith. Filho comes away with it, but Walter Ferretti win it right back. Early ball sent towards Amador. It actually got through the foot of Elroy Smith, who's furious with his teammate. Hamilton Filho on the near side. Belmopan on the other end of the field, looking to move into attacking area. 7.5 minutes gone by. Here at the Stadio Isidoro Beaton. Here's a shot from distance. It's blocked in front. The header mistimed. And the initial block, it looked like, came from Rafael de Almeida. Belmopan coming with the ball once again. They have a lot of numbers in the middle of the field and are making it very difficult for Walter Ferretti to possess. And that's why Belmopan have had a couple of early opportunities. Georgie Welcome trying to get on the right side of the defender. He stays on his feet. It's still Welcome. The Honduran sends it into the middle. The shot on the back post is scuffed, and it doesn't even go out of bounds for a goal kick. It's going to spin out as Welcome is going for it and gives a hard shove in the back to the defender. And it'll be a free kick to Walter Ferretti, but look at this move here from Georgie Welcome, showing great strength. And the shot just could not be connected in a proper way. And you always know that it's a difficult shot when it doesn't even go out for a goal kick and perhaps going out for a throw-in. But another solid half chance for this Belmopan side, who certainly need a good start here in Belize. Down 4-1 on aggregate after a collapse in the final minutes of the first leg back in Esteli. The American Salau goes all the way back. Long ball sent ahead. And the header put on frame, or just a little bit over the bar, but either way it is going to be offside. As Hamilton Filho was a little bit over anxious trying to break the Walter Ferretti back line, and it'll be a free kick for Dennis Espinoza, but certainly a very good pace to this match so far, and it had to be. Again, second leg action in the round of 16 of the inaugural 2017 Scotiabank Concacaf League here at Isidoro Beaton. Belmopan trying to complete the impossible, down 4-1 on aggregate. Salau coming out wide. Velasquez had a difficult time getting the cross off. Robinson coming down on the other end. Amadoro holding it up. And Loureiro going out wide. Jesse Lopez. Lopez being harassed by Jerome James on the far side. Neither team had any domestic games to play in the week that they've had off since the first leg, so all fresh legs for both teams. Walter Ferretti winning a free kick here. And the Nicaraguan side probably would have gone with the same exact lineup from a week ago if not for the injury to Marcos Mendez, who, again, if you watched last week's first leg match in Nicaragua, saw a very horrific injury to the youngster. And we received word that he had 5 fractures in his face as well as his nose, and is going to be out for at least 2 months. Spent 4 days in the hospital. And a speedy recovery to the man out of Nicaragua, who I'm sure is watching his team at home, as this one is sent on, and it's an early goal. Loureiro gets the assist, and it appears to be Robinson who gets the goal. All he had to do was nod it home because the delivery from Loureiro was absolutely spot on. Shane Oreo left completely helpless, and Walter Ferretti, who came into this match leading 4-1 on aggregate, now have a 1-0 lead on the road, and that might just do it, not even 12 minutes in. What a ball in from Jose Loureiro, leaving the Belmopan defense absolutely helpless. And all it took from Robinson was just a little nod of the head. 24 goals last season for Robinson. And starting out the 17-18 campaign with a thud. And scoring his first goal of this new season. And that might just send Walter Ferretti through. It is obviously still very early, but now Walter Ferretti lead 5-1 on aggregate, and Belmopan would have to win the game outright as this one is sent in. Another early opportunity as Amador couldn't get there. And Shane Orio coming off of his line. Walter Ferretti coming down here. Robinson with plenty of confidence now after that goal, showing some neat skill, and it'll be a throw-in for Walter Ferretti. What a start to the team out of Nicaragua, and Jose Lorero had already dealt one spectacular delivery in already that saw a header just skim the crossbar, and you had a sense that he was sort of just calibrating on those free kicks. And on the second set piece opportunity of the night for Jose Lorero, he puts it on a silver platter for number 9 Robinson. And he just helped it along into the back of the net. It was actually right at Shane Orio, but nothing he can do with the pace of the ball from Lorero, who now sends it into a dangerous area for Amador once more. Amador sends it in, but Orio able to claim it. Venegas couldn't bring it down, but waiting there for it is Darwin Martinez. Wants it on that left foot, sends it in, hoping for Jerome James, and it gets all the way to Dennis Espinoza. Martinez, like Lorero, capable of very good service with that left foot of his. First opportunity of the night for him to set up a teammate potentially, but just a little bit too far to Dennis Espinoza. Take another look at the goal. Just a spectacular ball in from Jose Lorero. And you obviously have to question the defending a little bit from the home side, the Belmopan Bandits, who just let Robinson waltz right in. Neat little flick for Venegas. And now it comes out wide. Tapia sends it towards the back post, was looking for a teammate. And now Belmopan will possess, down 5-1 on aggregate. James bringing it down. Welcome, finding Khalil Vasquez. Striding forward is Ian Gainer. Still nobody stepping to it. And now it goes over for Hamilton Filho, but it goes out of bounds. Certainly all smiles from Flavio da Silva, the Brazilian manager. Could not ask for more from his side early on in this match. Lorero dispossessed, James on top of it, finding Welcome. Welcome going for goal. Oh, it was a great effort with the outside of his right boot, but it just goes wide. Certainly would have made things interesting, but Welcome's shot not welcoming the goal exactly. And Dennis Espinoza relieved to see that just go high and wide. As it remains 1-0 to Walter Ferretti. Robinson helping it along. Now running onto it is Garcia. And he was hoping for Amador to make a run into the middle of the box, but Shane Orio comes off of his line. And Belmopan not being coy by any sense of the word. Every single time Orio gets the ball, it is a 75-yard punt coming the other way as Welcome is taken down. And it will be a free kick to Belmopan and an opportunity for Darwin Martinez. As you see there, Welcome just getting a love tap in the back from the Walter Ferretti defender. Jorge Garcia greeting Darwin Martinez a little bit too close to the ball there. Martinez looking for more quality delivery to maybe get his team back up on the board. Martinez, a good ball in. Espinoza comes out, punches it away. Still with Belmopan. Comes out back wide to the free kick taker, Martinez. Martinez, another decent ball in. Espinoza has to punch it away again. Lopez trying to hold off Welcome, but that is a tall task in itself. as the Honduran forward stands at about 6'4" and just muscling Lopez off the ball. Georgie, welcome. A bit of our sarcastic smile as the much smaller Lopez was trying to win a physical battle with the Honduran, and that's simply just not going to happen. But Lopez will be happy to know that his team leads on aggregate 5-1. And the Bandits will be scrambling for the remaining 73 minutes or so to try to at least make this respectable. Martinez once more. It's another good ball in. Welcome rose for it, couldn't get there. And the clearance mistimed for a moment by Venegas. Able to get it out, but only as far as Velasquez, and he sends it to Espinoza, who's able to catch it cleanly. Kainer tied up with the goal scorer Robinson. Those two showing good sportsmanship and will help each other up. Robinson certainly one of the centerpieces of this Flavio de Silva side. 24 goals a year ago and getting his first in the 2017-2018 campaign. As Welcome sends that header back across the box, waiting for a teammate, but nobody in a red jersey there to go get it. Robertson does well to win it back. Still Robinson. And Walter Ferretti will come out the other way. Gutierrez looking for Amador. But it goes all the way through to the goalkeeper, Shane Orio, 36-year-old. And a Corozal, second season with the Bandits. Spent 6 years in Guatemala. 16 World Cup qualifying appearances for the Belize national team for Shane Orio. But he was unable to keep out that Robinson header just a few moments ago. As Walter Ferretti cough up possession, it'll be back to Belmopan. Walter Ferretti continue to give this Belmopan side a number of opportunities from set pieces. This one will be right in front of Walter Ferretti manager Flavio de Silva. And that might have been a little bit more of an acting job from the Bandit man rather than a foul, but either way a free kick and another opportunity for Darwin Martinez. Martinez, another bending ball in. It's loose in the box, still being poked around. Welcome goes down, but no call. And Dennis Espinoza able to collect. And Espinoza will throw this out of bounds and make sure that the Belmopan Bandit forward, Welcome, is okay. Take another look. Just a little bit of a mistime header there from Adair Manive. And Welcome just gets a boot on top of his boot. And those certainly don't feel good. More than 20 minutes gone by here at Isidoro Beaton. And it's the away side who are able to get a massive away goal and make it 5-1 on aggregate. Georgie Welcome appears to be okay, and we will continue play. Again, the winner of this match, or rather the winner on aggregate, will go on to face Plaza Amador, the Panamanian side, who advanced through penalties over Portmore just last night. Eric Hughes, the goalkeeper for Amador, ended up getting the game-winning penalty conversion, as well as saving a number of penalties along the way. Martinez trying to get on the end of it, but will run out of bounds for another Walter Ferretti throw-in. Play started to slow down a little bit here in Belmopan. After the Walter Ferretti goal, Nicaraguan side has really started to sit in. and just play a bit more conservative. Martinez trying to get it on that left foot. Darwin Martinez, couple of nice moves, working on Jesse Lopez. He's taken down. And last touch off of Lopez, and it will be a corner for the Bandits. Looking to play it quickly. Martinez sends it into the box, hoping for James. Velasquez can't get there. And it's sent towards the other side for Amador, giving chase, but headed away. Fieldho trying to bring it down. Tapia for an option. Amador. Certainly a pest up top for Flavio da Silva, always causing disruption along the opposition back line. Did a very good job in the previous match in the first leg. Back into Steli. Salawu asking for a handball, but the referee says play on. Welcome. Sees the ball taken away by Munuve, as that one is sent towards Amador, but Amador offside and Shane Orio able to play it. You can see the sense of urgency from Belmopan, and it needs to be being down 5-1 on aggregate. Martinez. Receives it again. Darwin Martinez unleashes, goes for goal. Oh, what a save from Espinoza. Best chance of the match so far for the home side. And it's Darwin Martinez who unleashes from about 25 yards out. Espinoza was up to the task. Cheeky, cheeky play from Darwin Martinez. And he almost put the cherry on top. Now, head referee Ariel Sanchez having a word with Dennis Espinoza. How about that individual skill from Darwin Martinez? And it'll be a free kick to Walter Ferretti. Amador helping it along. Gainer up for it. Elroy Smith trying to help it along, but there is Amador. Amador causing all sorts of problems. And last touch off of the speedy striker, and it'll be a goal kick for Shane Orio. Kent Gray, the manager in charge for Belmopan, looking on, obviously not pleased with the aggregate score at the moment, but still in preseason for this Belize side. Haven't started their domestic league just yet, and sort of just trying to work out the kinks after a couple of months off. Robinson laying it along for Garcia. Goes back for Orio. Walter Ferretti urging their players to go and pressure the ball. Welcome helps it along. Now goes out wide for Martinez. Numbers here for the Bandits. Darwin Martinez. Still Martinez. Somehow gets it through, but illegally as he committed a foul. As Martinez and Gutierrez collided. And the head referee Ariel Sanchez pointing the other way. It looked like a clean 50-50 challenge. But you see there, Martinez going to ground, showing the bottom of his cleats as well, and getting a little bit more of Gutierrez than getting the ball. 26 minutes played. Belmopan, the home side, still looking for a breakthrough. That might give them some life and put some pressure on this Walter Ferretti side. And usually in these second leg type of scenarios, when the home side is down so many goals coming into the second leg, it's usually one, and then the floodgates start to open up a little bit, but it's getting that one that can be so difficult. As Salawu sees his pass go out of bounds. Lorero. Again, Flavio da Silva looking on, revitalizing this Walter Ferretti side. 69 goals for and 29 against in the 2016-2017 season. 20 wins, 11 ties, and 5 losses. They scored more than 2 goals per game. Very potent attack for this Nicaraguan side. And with the likes of Amador, Jose Lorero providing service. Marcos Mendez, who's obviously not here, as well as others trying to get on the end of that service. It's no wonder why they were putting more than 2 goals in the contest. Robinson with a little bit of a heavy touch there. Sees it taken away by Velasquez. Salawu, the American, driving forward, but losing the ball momentarily. And now Walter Ferretti looking to counter on the other end. Jorge Garcia going out wide for Lopez, who has some work to do to keep it in. He does well. Lopez back for Lorero. 2 goals and an assist in the first round of the Scotiabank Concacaf League. Lorero trying to get on the right side of Welcome, as those two have a bit of a slap boxing match and still going at it. Welcome again just shrugging off the physical contact that's going to come with standing at about 6'4". A little bit of extracurricular activity after the whistle. Martinez again trying to get on that left foot, spinning back to his right. Still Martinez, couple of head fakes, goes out wide. Filho, good ball in, looking for James. Irvin Johnson sending it in, headed away by the Walter Ferretti back line. Smith, the long-range effort from about 45 yards out, but always going over. Not a bad idea from the captain, 35 years old, 51 appearances with the Belize national team. Played with defense as well. Apologies for the technical difficulties here. So we're trying to sort out the problem. Almost a half an hour played here at Isidoro Beaton. Again, just only able to show you shots from the crowd here in Belmopan, as we are still looking to sort out technical difficulties. At the moment, Walter Ferretti leading 1-0 over Belmopan in the second leg of the round of 16 of the inaugural Scotiabank Concacaf League. Robinson got things started around the 10-minute mark to give Walter Ferretti the lead, as well as the ever important and perhaps dagger away goal for the Nicaraguan side. Jesse Lopez looking for delivery. It's sent in. Oh, and it's just missed. Oh, it's an absolute sitter. And while we continue to struggle with these technical difficulties, we obviously apologize. We'll take another look at what got us started here in the capital Belize, Belmopan. And it was that service from Jose Lorero finding Robinson. And you can see what it means to the Nicaraguan side, as whoever got the first goal in this second leg would certainly have the upper hand heading into the rest of the match. And that goal from Robinson might just put Walter Ferretti through. They now lead 5-1 on aggregate, as we have played more than a half an hour now from Belmopan. And the home side still looking for something to cheer about. And a little bit of a defensive miscue there from Hamilton Filho, who sort of just stuck up a foot helplessly, hoping that he might be able to get a foot on the ball. But Robinson getting a full head to it and running full head of steam, was able to just nod it home past Shane Oreo. And why not take a selfie that has a little bit of history padded with it? First ever Scotiabank Concacaf League game in Belize. Again, Belize, the first Central American team to qualify for the Scotiabank Concacaf League, by way of opening and closing champion from 2016-2017. And we did have some earlier games today. Arabe defeating Central 3-0. So that means Arabe will move on to the next round, the quarterfinals of the CONCACAF League. Again, the winner of this match and the winner on aggregate will go on to play Plaza Amador, the Panamanian side, who got by Jamaica's Portmore United by way of penalty kicks. Both teams winning 1-0 at home. And certainly not surprised that it took penalty kicks to separate those two squads. I had the pleasure of calling the first leg, and it was certainly tough to separate the two sides. It was Jeremiah Lynch who got the goal for Portmore away from home, or at home rather, in Kingston, Jamaica. And then it was Valentin Pimentel in the second leg in Panama to level the score on aggregate for the Panamanian side. And then again, Eric Hughes, the goalkeeper for Plaza Amador, converting the game-winning penalty kick. As we continue to struggle with technical difficulties here. Again, at the moment, still 1-0 Walter Ferretti, 5-1 on aggregate. A couple other games going on, Alajuelense as well as Olympia. Right now tied 0-0, heading into the 35th minute. Chorrillo defeated Progreso 1-0 in that second leg. And right now, Alajuelense as well as Olympia, the two matches going on at the moment, in addition to this one here in Belmopan. Still remains 1-0 to Walter Ferretti. Again, apologize for the technical difficulties if you're just joining us. Robinson got things started around the 10-minute mark, and still waiting to solve these technical difficulties. Again, the first ever Scotiabank CONCACAF League. The winner will get an automatic berth into the Scotiabank CONCACAF Champions League. But still a while to go until we can settle a winner amongst this CONCACAF madness. A number of teams have already punched their ticket through. Eddie Santos Guapeles beat San Juan Jablotet out of Trinidad and Tobago by a number of goals on aggregate. So Santos were able to move through. Costa Rican side and their counterparts, Alajuelense, right now looking to take down Olympia. Again, we apologize for those technical difficulties, as right now it looks like Jorge Garcia's, or rather that's Canit Venegas, who's down injured. That stopped play, but while we were gone, we did have a score, and of course, nothing worse in football than when you're not able to see a goal scored, and we do sincerely apologize for all the technical difficulties that we are having. For the moment, we have them resolved, and hopefully we'll be able to catch a few more goals. As Venegas receiving some medical attention, still waiting on word as to exactly who scored the goal, and as soon as we know, we will let you know. But for the moment, we thank you for your patience as we will look to resume play here. Walter Ferretti now in complete control, up 6-1 on aggregate. And the hill continues to get steeper and steeper for this team at Belize. At home now. Walter Ferretti are all but through to the quarterfinals to take on Plaza Amador, and what a terrific matchup that's going to be. As Velasquez goes to ground and apparently got ball. As there's no call from the referee, and James sending it out wide, hoping for Salawu to run onto it. As he's unable to get there. Perhaps that was Kervin Johnson trying to get on top of the ball, but coming the other way as Walter Ferretti. Oreo off of his line, and there is the chip. Oh, it's a great effort, but it's just wide. As Gainer was able to see it go wide. But a lightning quick counterattack on the other end. As Belmopan come away unscathed. And we are getting word now that the second goal scored by Walter Ferretti was by none other than the man who scored the first goal, and that was Robinson. So Robinson now has a brace, and the leading goal scorer for this Nicaraguan side continues to do just that, and that's put balls in the back of the net. So a brace for Robinson here in the second leg of the round of 16 in the inaugural Scotiabank Concacaf League, as Welcome drawing another foul. And now he's motioning to the referee, Ariel Sanchez, that's about 3 or 4 times that he's been fouled, and waiting for some sort of discipline to come about. But on the other end, what a spectacular attempt at the chip. And you could just see that he took a deep breath and was trying to not snatch at it and put it on frame, but just had to go whiskers wide. But on the other end now, another opportunity for Darwin Martinez, the clever left-footed player, to whip in. Quality service. Martinez sends it on frame. There's the header. And Espinoza watches it carefully go out of bounds. And it was Elroy Smith, the captain, trying to lead from the front and lead by example, but sees his header just go inches wide of the post. And another goal kick for Dennis Espinoza. Again, if you're just joining us, Tyler Terrence here at Isidoro Beaton Stadium in Belmopan, Belize. Team founded in 1986, and right now down on aggregate 6-1 to this team out of Nicaragua, Deportivo Walter Ferretti. Walter Ferretti came away with a 4-1 decision in Esteli at Estadio Independencia. And now in the driver's seat, up 6-1 on aggregate, away from home, and are all but through to the quarterfinals to take on Plaza Amador. And again, we apologize for all the technical difficulties, and in those technical difficulties came some miscommunication. It is still 1-0 to Walter Ferretti, so Robinson's lone goal still stands alone as Ariel Sanchez blows the whistle yet again as Filho goes down, and Belmopan looking to operate quickly. Welcome was trying to slip it through for James. It was a great idea, but cut out by Manuve. Tapia trying to find Lorero, and now it's along the sideline. Darwin Martinez with great skill, clips it towards the back post. There's the header from James, but it's right into the hands of Dennis Espinoza. Another good delivery from out wide from Darwin Martinez, but it comes to nothing. As Belmopan continue to put the clamps down, but have not seen a goal go over the line just yet. It remains 5-1 on aggregate in favor of Walter Ferretti. Filho. Along for Salawu, the American, linking up with Welcome. Salawu again. Still Salawu. Trying to turn away from Christian Gutierrez. Loses the ball now. Gutierrez with some work to do. And it will be Belmopan's throw-in. Martinez trying to get to the byline. Does extremely well as the defender. A good battle out wide. And it will be a corner kick for the home team, who are desperately trying to get a goal before the half. And now trotting over to take the goal kick is Khalil Velasquez, as Dennis Espinoza quickly off of his line to let his teammates know to stay with Darwin Martinez, who is looming around the corner area, maybe looking for a short corner. Velasquez sends it towards the near post. Lorero makes sure of it. And we'll do that one more time. Back out for Martinez. Good delivery, hits off the head of Rafael de Almeida, and Espinoza will collect. The ball went out of bounds, so it will be a goal kick for the Walter Ferretti captain. Belmopan have done well early on. They're doing all the right things until that final piece, just finishing, putting the ball in the back of the net. One of the toughest things to do in this sport, but certainly the most important. And Belmopan have not been able to do it just yet tonight. They got very fortunate to score a goal in Esteli when Georgie Welcome was able to convert from a penalty after a handball that looked rather innocent, as Welcome with a neat move to get through, literally through Jose Lorero. Welcome brings it down again. The Honduran linking up with Darwin Martinez, the two most dangerous players for Kent Gray's side. Martinez through three defenders as they're looking for a foul. And it's going to go the other way. Or perhaps it is going to be offside, as we will have 1 minute of stoppage time added on to the initial 45 minutes. It was offside on Belmopan. Dennis Espinoza looking to play short here. It's Walter Ferretti just trying to see this out here and head into the dressing room. 1-0 up in the game and 5-1 up on the aggregate. Not much to worry about for the Nicaraguan side as this ball is sent ahead. Amador bringing it down. Amador going for goal, but a great challenge from the captain, Elroy Smith, to keep it at 1-0 as Amador was looking to make it 2. And Belmopan, obviously, with time against them, doing everything they can to help along this Nicaraguan side to get on with it. As we approach the halftime whistle, Ariel Sanchez keeping an eye on his watch. The goal scorer, Robinson, over to take the corner. It's an outswinger. It's a great ball. Lorero back across. It's brought down. De Almeida back out. Amador trying to get there. Cleared away. Only as far as Garcia, and that is going to do it for the first half from Belmopan Belize, as the home side, the Belmopan Bandits, trail 1-0 against the Nicaraguan side, Walter Ferretti. However, they do trail 5-1 on aggregate. And right now, Walter Ferretti in complete control of this one, as we will have second half kickoff coming up in just a few moments here from Belmopan. halftime here at Isidoro Beoton between the Belmopan Bandits and Deportivo Walter Ferretti. Walter Ferretti came into this match after winning the first leg 4-1, and they almost made it 1-0 in the second leg right away. And Belmopan, who needed a good start, certainly were putting the clamps down early but could not find a goal. James had this opportunity, but if not for a spectacular defensive play from Christian Gutierrez, there were certainly some hard challenges. Georgie Welcome showing off his strength in a number of plays here in the first half. And then the shot from Velasquez just could not find the back of the net or perhaps even the goal line. And this is what got us started. Jose Lorero delivering the ball on a silver platter for Robinson, and the leading goal scorer on this squad making his presence felt early on. A goal inside of the 15-minute mark, and it was Robinson who just had to help it along. Defensive miscue there from Hamilton Filho. And Belmopan would try their hardest to try to get back into this match and equalize. Georgie Welcome saw a shot go wide, a loose ball in the box that Espinoza would eventually come away with, as well as some very intuitive play from Darwin Martinez, and a great save there from Dennis Espinoza. Kent Grayskide was unable to figure out Flavio De Silva's in the first 45 minutes. And then Elroy Smith having a try from long range as well. But the home side, the Belmopan Bandits, could not find the back of the net in the first 45 minutes. Dennis Espinoza having to make a couple of key saves to keep it at 1-0. And then this was a great chance that just saw the ball go wide there. As it looked like it was Jorge Garcia who could just not put the finishing touches on it. Jose Lorero delivering more quality services. That ran all the way through, and Shane Oreo came away with it. Venegas was injured in the first half. He would be able to continue. Salawu would end up getting a yellow card, and then that chipped ball from Venegas on the far side, or rather Jorge Garcia, just went wide. Shane Oreo left helpless. Could only hope and pray that it went wide, and it did. And that is how we would end the first half between Belmopan and Walter Ferretti in the second leg of the round of 16 in the Scotiabank Concacaf League, as Belmopan will try to get back into it. They've certainly dominated possession, 57-43 in terms of controlling the ball, but the only stat that matters right now is those white letters inside of the red box up top. It's 1-0 to Walter Ferretti as they lead 5-1 on aggregate and are surely through to the next round to take on Plaza Amador, who took down Portmore United of Jamaica in penalties last evening. We'll step aside, but second half kickoff coming your way from Belmopan in just a few moments. Almost ready for the start of the second half here in the capital Belize, Belmopan, as the Darlings, the Bandits, will look to get back into this one. Down 5-1 on aggregate now after Robinson's goal inside of the 15-minute mark. Again, we apologize for the previous technical difficulties, but we should have smooth sailing from here on out as Walter Ferretti, what few fans travel to the game, are in full voice here, as well as the Bandit support group, as they're trying to urge on their team to perhaps get a goal back that could potentially lead to a slew of more goals. But they'll need that first one, and this Walter Ferretti defense has certainly been potent and stingy, as Ariel Sanchez, the head referee, has 45 more minutes of refereeing to do. And so we are underway for the second half. Loureiro getting his first touch in the second half. He was the one who delivered the free kick in that saw Robinson headed into the back of the net, which made it 5-1 on aggregate, an away goal for Walter Ferretti. That then eliminates the concept of, even if Belmopan were to equalize on aggregate, that they would win straight up with their away goal thanks to Georgie Welcome in the first leg. Now Belmopan need to win the game straight out, or if it were to be level on aggregate at the end of this 90 minutes and at the end of the second half, which is obviously a very difficult task for this Bandit side, it would go into extra time. But certainly a ways to go until we can talk about that. Georgie Welcome, some neat play to get it out wide. Kervin Johnson looking for an option, finding Darwin Martinez. Had a good first half as he sends this ball in. James waiting for it to come down, brings it down for Welcome. Welcome goes for goal. Took a deflection, but there was a whistle beforehand as Ariel Sanchez calling a handball there. And it will be a free kick to Walter Ferretti. In other news around the Concacaf League, Olympia and Alajuelense right now about to start the second half. Olympia scoring the first goal there, and that makes it 3-0 on aggregate to Olympia. And the Costa Rican side now needs 4 goals to get back into it on aggregate. Sounds very, very familiar to the situation that we have here. This one goes out wide. James trying to hunt it down, but Walter Ferretti obviously in charge of this one with regards to aggregate. Going to be very patient and precise with their passes, not allowing for any cheap breakthroughs for this Belizean side. Lopez bringing it down for Loureiro nicely. Nice combination play between those two. Lopez has it broken up. Kervin Johnson trying to get loose, shows a bit too much there. This Belmopan side has certainly done a good job of trying to get forward, but it's putting the ball in the back of the net, which has failed them thus far. Johnson again, finding the American Salawu. Salawu sending it the other way for Welcome, trying to help it along for James. And James is fouled, and their set-piece specialist, Darwin Martinez, trotting right over to the ball. He knows that this is a dangerous area, especially for a left-footed footballer, as we'll take another look. And you see there just a clumsy challenge from Christian Gutierrez, who actually ends up getting the worst of that challenge as James stood his ground. Gutierrez appears to be okay. Ariel Sanchez breaking out his magic spray to inform Darwin Martinez as to where the ball is going to be kicked from. Kent Gray looking on, hoping, praying that perhaps Darwin Martinez can pull a little bit of magic out of the hat and maybe get a goal for the home side, and what would be a historic goal and the first ever goal at home here at Isidora Bayotone in the CONCACAF League for the Belmopan Bandits. Jerome James causing some problems in the Walter Ferretti line. It looks like a 6-man wall for Walter Ferretti. And a very dangerous free kick taker, Darwin Martinez. Martinez on top of it, keeps it low. Espinoza spills it. Espinoza still going after it, and somehow, some way, able to come away with it after making a mess of the Martinez shot. Still 1-0 to Walter Ferretti. Handball on Loureiro. The referee says play on for the moment. Now does not see an advantage and will award the free kick. Take another look at that Martinez chance. Knew that the wall was going to be jumping, and that's very clever play for Martinez. just couldn't get the placement right as Espinoza got in front of it. And with Kervin Johnson looming in the area, sprawls on top of the soccer ball. And another free kick and another chance for number 12, the savvy left-footed player, to whip in another cross. Martinez lines it up, it's a good ball in. James was trying to help it along and he actually ended up hitting it the other way and now springing a Walter Ferretti counterattack. Salawu can't win it back and now Jesse Lopez is off to the races. Jesse Lopez looking for Jorge Garcia, comes out to Amador. Lopez, still Lopez, couple of shimmies. Lays it back for Robinson. Venegas. Gutierrez looking for a 1-2, letting it run through, and there's a shot, and it's just over the bar. Shane Oreo sees it goes over. Take another look at that opportunity there. Looked like it might have taken a deflection, but will be a goal kick for Shane Oreo. Lopez brings it down beautifully, just a deft touch. Lopez through for Amador. But Elroy Smith, the veteran, seeing the pace of the ball, letting it run through and letting his goalkeeper do the work. Belmopan have played a good game in all fairness to them. Held this Walter Ferretti team to just 1 goal so far, a very strong Nicaraguan side at that. They were the opening runners-up as well as the closing champions in 2016-2017. And Belmopan have actually dominated possession so far, as this one is going to pop out. Johnson with a little bit of space. Kervin Johnson looking for an avenue. Harassed back out wide. Now for Martinez. Clips it in towards the back post. James elevating for the header, and it's just over the bar. Darwin Martinez, as he has done all throughout these 51.5 minutes so far, including the first leg, delivering quality service. However, his comrade James could not find the back of the net. And it's another opportunity that does not result in a goal for Kent Gray's side. And it looks like we're going to have our first substitution of the match. And it looks like it is going to be High King Roberts, the man who started in the first leg back in Esteli. Going to come on and replace James, who's had certainly a tough go, missing a number of opportunities with his head as well as his feet that could have helped the Belmopan cause. Jesse Lopez. Venegas. That one out of bounds. And a throw in for Belmopan, Flavio da Silva's side. All but through to the quarterfinals now. Take on Plaza Amador. Again, who advanced through penalties over Portmore United last night. Eric Hughes, the goalkeeper for Plaza Amador, converting the final penalty to send the Panamanian side through. A number of teams have already punched their ticket, including Hades Santos de Guapiles, Costa Rican side defeating San Juan Jablote, Trinidad and Tobago team, a number of days ago in the second leg to advance to the quarterfinals. Salawu, harassed by Amador, still Salawu. Finding Martinez. Darwin Martinez working on Amador, sends it in. Deflected away and now sent out by Amador. It'll remain with Belmopan. Desperately trying to get a breakthrough. Martinez loops it in towards the back post. Espinoza off of his line and able to claim it. And now Espinoza looking to start a counter on the other end. Robinson through a couple defenders. Lorero with a neat touch through for Garcia. Jorge Garcia going for goal, but right at Oreo, who didn't have to move a muscle. And Belmopan coming the other way. Walter Ferretti committing numbers the other way, so there could be some room to play. Georgie, welcome. So strong with the football. Over for Johnson. Johnson towards the back post. It's a good ball in. Trying to bring it down. was Hamilton Philhope, but couldn't do it. Lorero sending it the other way, hoping for Garcia to chase it. In Gainer. Couple of twists of the hips and goes back to Oreo. Belmopan doing all the right things in the attacking third. Just haven't been able to find a way past Dennis Espinoza as we approach the hour mark. Belmopan Bandits support group still in full voice here. No matter what the score in this game or on aggregate. Going to show the utmost of love to their Belmopan Bandits. Venegas. Bonive. Robinson. Poked away for a moment by Khalil Velasquez. Belmopan Club, the pride and joy of the capital of Belize. Not just a football club, Belmopan, as well as a basketball club. Receive a ton of support. The local government as well as local citizens of Belmopan. Team that was reactivated in 2011 after some struggles just to field the team. Certainly put together a strong lineup, but a lineup that could not crack the puzzle that is Walter Ferretti. Jesse Lopez loves to get forward from that outside back position as it's taken away momentarily. A sliding challenge takes down Lopez, the referee not interested, and now here comes High King Roberts. Roberts striding forward, nobody stepping to him just yet. Now Roberts sends it in, takes a deflection, and it will be a corner for Belmopan. Walter Ferretti curious as to why there wasn't a foul called. Honestly, I can't really blame them as Ariel Sanchez chose to keep the whistle out of his mouth, and now we're going to have another substitution from Belmopan. This will be their second of the night, as it's going to be Humberto Requena, and he will replace Rilwan Salawu, the American, who looked dangerous at times tonight, but overall a middle-of-the-road performance from number 25. And as an attacking player, the attacking front not able to find a breakthrough just yet, so perhaps Requena might be able to provide a spark off of the bench. It remains to be seen, but for the moment, Requena onto the scene here in the 58th. Martinez on top of another free kick. It's a great ball in. Espinoza misjudged it. Had to get a fist to it. Welcome. Trying to cut it back Ronaldo style through a couple of defenders. Philhope going all the way back. Tyrone Pendy going out wide for Martinez. Still bodies in the box for the Belize inside. All the way through. The header flicked on by High King Roberts, but just going wide. Maybe it would have been better served. Just sort of sending it back towards the middle of the six, hoping for a teammate maybe to get a better shot on goal. Shoulda, woulda, coulda for High King Roberts, and it will be a goal kick for Dennis Espinoza. Only surrendered one goal in the first leg. And that came off a penalty from Georgie Welcome. Really just an unfortunate handball from his back line. So look at the substitute, young man Requena, to make an impact here at home from Isidora Beoton. Garcia does well to keep it. It'll be another Walter Ferretti throw-in as Flavia da Silva directing traffic from the touchline. Lorero holding off two Bandits now, but dispossessed. Welcome. Great ball through for Martinez. Numbers the other way for the Bandits. Martinez sends it through for Roberts. Manuve with some great defending. It will be a corner for Belmopan, however. Ede Manuve shaking off a little bit of a stinger there. Manuve had the first goal of the domestic season for Walter Ferretti, as we are going to have a handball, but it's against Belmopan. And it will come out the other way. Every time the ball even enters the penalty area, the fans here at Belmopan can just smell a goal and are just hoping, praying to find a breakthrough. Gutierrez shaking off that last knock, as Espinoza will play quickly. Gutierrez. Requena looking to operate quickly the other way, looking to find Welcome. The big, strong number 9 holding off a couple defenders. Great ball across. Oh, it's a lovely ball, but Velasquez lost it at his feet, and Welcome can't believe it. Belmopan cannot buy a goal, even if they were on sale, as they continue to struggle to crack this defensive unit of Walter Ferretti. At times, it has been superb defending from the Nicaraguan side, but other times, just like you saw, just switching off when it matters most. Amador coming down on the other end, but Elroy Smith wisely sees it out of bounds. And while this Belmopan team just continued to struggle to find the back of the net, everything else leading up to it has really been superb. I mean, this Walter Ferretti team is playing more defensively. They're up 5-1 on aggregate, and Belmopan are still finding a way to get through, but it's that final piece. It's that either a final through ball or that final finishing touch that has let them down up until this point. And it has to be absolutely maddening for coach, fans, players alike of this Belmopan Bandit club. Requena lays it off for Welcome. Welcome going for goal, and it's blocked in front. For Welcome again. Blocked in front one more time. Oh, it's a defensive clinic from Walter Ferretti, as Georgie Welcome saw 2 fantastic opportunities not even reach the frame. And just a frustration foul after the fact against Kenneth Venegas. And while the frustrations continue off the field, or rather on the field, the support, the music, the percussion, all of it remains superb off of the field, meaning the Belmopan Bandit support group, who are just having an absolute ball despite the result on the pitch at the moment. Hoping to send some positive vibes to this Bandit side who could really use it, as Shane Oreo having to deal with another Walter Ferretti corner here. Jose Lerrero trotting over, as we have played more than an hour of football from Isidoro Beaton. And Walter Ferretti with a 1-0 lead, 5-1 on aggregate. Looking to just see this one out and move on to the quarterfinals to take on the Panamanian side, Plaza Amador. Lerrero ready for the corner. It's a good ball in, the diving header missed time by Amador. But it will be another corner for Jose Lerrero and Walter Ferretti. Walter Ferretti have played 1 game so far in their domestic league, Apertura 2017. That was on July 29th, a 1-1 draw against San Francisco. Manuve, the defender, getting the goal in the 26th minute. Header flicked on. Jorge Garcia tracking it down. Requena with some great defending coming off of the bench and making an impact. Jorge Garcia was trying to get on the right side of the ball, and then Lopez just with an arm bar drills Requena. And it'll be a free kick for the team in red. See there, Jesse Lopez, certainly a muscular, bullish defender. And Georgie Welcome, almost like a father playing with his kids, just sheds off defenders, as Espinoza able to gather that cross/shot from Belmopan. And despite a poor showing here in the Scotiabank Concacaf League from Belmopan, this future certainly looks bright for this side. who's invested a lot of time, energy, as well as financial resources to acquire this star-studded lineup, which is probably going to be very formidable in the Belize Domestic League this season. Lopez. Venegas skips away from Velasquez. Manive. Velasquez applying more pressure. Handball there against Venegas, and Belmopan looking to operate quickly. Welcome puts it down, finding Darwin Martinez in space. Not a good look for Walter Ferretti. Martinez, big touch over towards the right wing. Still trying to keep it. Oh, how did he get out of that? Darwin Martinez, AKA the Belizean Houdini. For Martinez once more, towards the back post. Welcome, but he's offside. Well, if there is going to be a man to get a breakthrough for this side, oh wow, and that's actually a very close call, as Christian Gutierrez might have been holding on the Honduran forward. It was very close. A superb angle from our crew on site at Isidora Beaton here in the capital of Belize, Belmopan, as the Bandits continue to look for something to cheer about. 5-1 on aggregate for Walter Ferretti, 1-0 on the night. Amador flicking it forward, and there is going to be a foul against Belmopan, as Amador took an absolute shot to the face there. Certainly nothing that Marcos Mendez endured in the first leg back in Esteli. But certainly not exactly a clean play there from Ian Gaynor, who actually was the one who accidentally walloped Marcos Mendez in the face. And if you're just joining us and wondering about the number 11 from Walter Ferretti, spent 4 days and 4 nights in the hospital, as this one goes all the way through to Oreo, and Mendez came away with 5 fractures to his face and nose. Will not be playing football for at least 2 months. And we certainly wish the youngster a speedy recovery. Scoring a goal, but paying the ultimate price. Welcome. A good switch to open up play. Martinez holding off 2 Walter Ferretti defenders. Now with the outside of the foot, clips it on over. Martinez, another good ball in, as this one gets all the way through to Espinoza. And with time certainly on their side, Walter Ferretti will take their time. Long for Requena. See from his body language, just desperately looking for an option in the middle of the pitch. Elroy Smith. Georgie, welcome. You can see there Gutierrez just putting his head down, trying anything he can to just see around the big Honduran forward. Helped along. One back by Robinson. Requena is there to see it out. A little more than 20 minutes remaining here from Isidoro Beaton. High King Roberts with a nice move to get away from a few defenders. Roberts trying to clip it in, but on the wrong side of the post, and a goal kick for Espinoza. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, Belmopan have really done a superb job in the attacking third, but it is that final ball which continues to elude them. And it looks like we will have our first substitution of the night from Flavio da Silva and Walter Ferretti. And it is going to be Carlos Membreno to come on and replace Robinson, who appears to be holding that hip flexor area. Hopefully nothing too serious for the leading goal scorer from Walter Ferretti, but certainly coming off with positive vibes as Membreno comes onto the scene here in the 70th minute. Robinson did his job, scoring a goal inside of the 12-minute mark and really putting this one to bed before it could even start for Walter Ferretti. Philo has to go all the way back for Oreo. Welcome. Trying to bring it down. Gutierrez actually did extremely well and does one better as he sends this all the way down towards the other end. And you can see just by the body language from Walter Ferretti, not interested in chasing after the ball, not interested in committing forward, and not interested really in any part of the attacking third, as they're just trying to see this one out and head back to Nicaragua. Loguero going for goal. Oreo spilled it, and he'll be able to keep it in play to prevent the corner. Pandy. Welcome brings it down beautifully for High King Roberts. Still Roberts. Got spun around, and it'll stay with Belmopan. Welcome. Trying to link up with Racania, but Welcome. A frustrating evening. Phil Hull able to try to win it back. Set the other way by Manuve. Elroy Smith going all the way back for Shane Oreo. Similar play to what ended up being the 4th goal of the evening for Walter Ferretti after Oreo made a mess of a similar play in the first leg that saw Jose Lorero score his 2nd goal of the game and Walter Ferretti's 4th. That's how he entered this 2nd leg, as this one set forward by Martinez. Welcome challenged it, as well as Espinoza, as it looked like Welcome might have taken a shot to the face, which comes with the territory of putting your head near that 6-yard box. Just ask Marcos Mendez. High King Roberts sends it towards goal, but Espinoza handles it comfortably. Another look there as Welcome just gets a little knock on the head there from Dennis Espinoza. Bad giveaway there from Tyrone Pandy. Lorero gonna have his luck from long range, and Oreo probably didn't even need to make the save, however makes it anyway. Less than 20 minutes remaining. Walter Ferretti all but through to the quarterfinals, as 8 teams will vie for a Concacaf League championship. It would be the first ever champion of the Scotiabank Concacaf League. Welcome. It's another foul there. Standing at about 6'4", it sort of comes with the territory that you're going to take a number of knocks throughout 90 minutes. But Georgie Welcome knows that he's big and uses that to his advantage. Constantly just shedding off defenders, putting his body between himself, or the ball and the defender rather, as Elroy Smith sends this towards the area. Here's that last touch was off of Belmopan, so Manuve has to keep it in, wasting time in his own corner. High King Roberts trying to win it back, and does so it'll be a throw-in for Belmopan. Racania. Good ball in from Johnson. Welcome with the header, and it's just wide. The story of the Hondurans night. Great idea, and puts a good head to it, but can't find the back of the net. You can see what that man expects of himself, just absolutely livid that the ball didn't go in the back of the net, expecting much more from himself than anybody else. And it certainly shows on the field, as Walter Ferretti are going to make another substitution. This time it's going to be Jason Castellon. He will come on and replace the fullback Jesse Lopez. So a good opportunity here for Castellon to come on and make his first Concacaf League appearance, replacing Jesse Lopez, who put in a solid shift at that outside back position. Velasquez. Elroy Smith. Hamilton Filho with not his best touch. Kenya trying to bring it down. Flavio da Silva right there on the scene was asking for the assistant referee to call it out of bounds. And now here's High King Roberts after Welcome did a good job of hanging on to the ball, and now the foul being called retroactively. Fair play to the head referee, Ariel Sanchez, trying to see if there was an advantage for Belmopan. But another free kick for the Bandits. And Christian Gutierrez going into the book, the first player that's gone into Ariel Sanchez's book on the evening, being shown mustard here in the 76th minute. Well, it certainly hasn't been the quality of delivery from Darwin Martinez, as Elroy Smith is going for goal, blocked by Amador. I'm sure that didn't feel great, and blocked again by Amador, and just not the best sequence of events for number 13. This goes out wide for Velasquez. Khalil Velasquez hoping for somebody on the back post, but the only one there is Dennis Espinoza. He's looking to operate quickly. First time we've seen any sense of urgency out of the Walter Ferretti captain, as Jorge Garcia brings it down. Shenoria was coming off of his line, a little bit of miscommunication between him and Tyrone Pandy. Less than 15 minutes plus stoppage time remaining here in Belmopan Bandits, as Walter Ferretti came into this in the driver's seat and will leave, most likely, barring the comeback of all comebacks, heading to the CONCACAF League quarterfinals, as Georgie Welcome, frustrated on the night and frustrated on that play, just muscling Jason Castellon off the ball. Lorero to play quickly. Welcome and Filho playing a nice little 1-2. Filho still coming away with it. Gutierrez just seeing it out of bounds. Lorero. Goes out wide for Tapia. Walter Ferretti on the move. Looking for Amador. Pandy clears it away, but only as far as Lorero. Lorero with 2 goals and an assist in just the first round of the Scotiabank CONCACAF League. Had a brace in the first leg, an assist on the night, and has really been a focal point for this Flavio da Silva side. Lorero, one of the few internationals on this Nicaraguan side. Lorero himself from Uruguay. Rafael de Almeida, the center back out of Brazil. Other center back there, Munive from Colombia. And those are the main international signings and footballing stars for Flavio da Silva, as the Brazilian manager has certainly done a good job with this Nicaraguan side. Again, they advanced as non-champion with the best aggregate out of their own domestic league. 69 goals for, 29 against in the 2016-2017 campaign. Averaged 2 goals per game. Actually finished as the Clausura champions. And again, just with 1 game played in Apertura 2017, a 1-1 draw against San Francisco at Hermeneuve, with the lone goal in that 1-1 affair. Loureiro trying the return pass, hunting after it is Castellon. But it goes out of bounds and a goal kick for Shane Orio. But Flavio da Silva, all thumbs up and all smiles from the touchline, with his team in full control, up 5-1 on aggregate. And certainly on their way through to the quarterfinals to take on the Panamanian side, Plaza Amador, who booked their ticket to the Elite Eight just a number of hours ago last night, defeating Portmore United in penalties after Valentin Pimentel scored the lone goal back in Panama to level things on aggregate. That pass a little bit too soft from Raqueña. Heavy touch there, as Kervin Johnson did well to track back. 10 minutes remaining here in Belize. Still no breakthrough from Belmopan. The home crowd urging them on. Darwin Martinez now. He is taken down. Will be a throw-in, but we will have a substitute for Belmopan. This will be their last of the evening, and it'll be Marlon Mesa out of Belize to come on and replace Georgie Welcome. And the body language says it all from the big Honduran center striker. Just a frustrating night. He did all that he could, with the exception of putting the ball in the back of the net. And a large, strong striker substituted off for a very quick and clever center striker as well. Will be a corner for Belmopan. Certainly be something to take home, and a piece of history if they were able to find the back of the net before Ariel Sanchez blows the final whistle. It would be the first ever goal in a Concacaf League match for the team out of Belize, trying to give the home crowd something to cheer about. It's a good ball in. Espinoza off of his line. Espinoza is down. Headed away momentarily, now helped along. Back out for Martinez. Brings it down. Great little fake shot. Now clips it in with the right foot. Venegas, certainly not a full clearance. Great move from Jorge Garcia, but he gives it right back. Darwin Martinez. Raqueña. Still Raqueña. And Gutierrez making sure of it. Dennis Espinoza not exactly happy that he surrendered a corner so easily. Might have thought that his defender could have sent it out for a throw-in, but it will be a corner kick for the Belmopan Bandits. Bandits have yet to start their domestic league play. So this is a bit of a preseason fixture for Kent Gray's side. This one sent all the way towards the back post over everybody's head. Ian Gainer hunting it down, as well as Tapia for Walter Ferretti. Garcia sending it through. Amador with great speed, but with equal or perhaps better speed. Tyrone Pandy gets there first, but Pandy makes a mess out of it. And it'll be a corner kick for Walter Ferretti on the other end, who I'm sure are going to take their sweet time getting to the ball. Leading 5-1 on aggregate, 1-0 on the night. Just trying to get out of Belmopan and back to Managua, Nicaragua. Play their home games at Estadio Olímpico, which holds about 8,000, but played the first leg of the Scotiabank Concacaf League at Estadio Independencia, which saw a 4-1 Walter Ferretti win after a Belmopan collapse in the final 2 minutes And it's just a wonder as to what this match could have been if not for that collapse. We'll never find out, but we might find out if Belmopan can get their first ever Concacaf League goal at home here in 2017. Martinez sending it towards the back post. It's a good ball as Kervin Johnson holding it up. But coming over and doing extremely well was Eder Menive. Loureiro. Over for Castellón. Flavio da Silva so excited that the ball was over on his end that he was looking to maybe join in on the play and make it a 12-player match for Walter Ferretti. Elroy Smith. Darwin Martinez finding Hamilton Philho. Ian Ganner. Good work from Belmopan. Nice little back heel as King Roberts was trying to get there, but Espinoza off of his line. Certainly had a lot of work to do tonight, Espinoza. Whether it's saving shots or perhaps dealing with crosses or having to deal with the Walter Ferretti back line and just keeping them organized. His work was cut out for him. And he was certainly up to the task and made the most of his work tonight. Looking for that ever-elusive clean sheet now is Dennis Espinoza. Castellón finding Loureiro. 2 goals and an assist in the Concacaf League. First leg in 2017 in its inaugural season. Loureiro actually scored both legs of the 2017 Clausura final against Real Estelí, as well as providing some offensive spark here, assisting on the Robinson goal that proves to be the difference maker in the second leg as Venegas comes off and is replaced by Gerardo Arce. Neat nutmeg there as Loureiro gets on the end of it. Jose Loureiro showing great strength here. It's a cute idea from Loureiro, but Jorge Garcia not on the same page. As we are now in the 88th minute of 90, and Belmopan still to not have a breakthrough. And for one of the few times tonight, the La Banda del 87 has been quiet. Philho. Martinez gets a love tap in the back, making a little bit more out of it than it was, as Ariel Sanchez having a conversation with Christian Gutierrez, who's already on a yellow card, and maybe that's what Martinez was trying to lure Ariel Sanchez into doing, giving Gutierrez his second yellow card of the night, but Sanchez having none of what Darwin Martinez was selling. Elroy Smith on top of the free kick. Laid back off for Smith, going for goal. Oh, it's a beautiful shot. Fortunate for Espinoza that it was right at him, but Elroy Smith could not have hit that any sweeter than he did. He actually tried a number of long-range efforts in the first leg, and this will give you a sense why. That ball absolutely dipping and swerving, going any which way. Fortunate for Espinoza that it was right into his path as Roberts dispossessing Arce. Still Roberts trying to win a corner or throw-in, wins the latter, and it will be a throw-in for Belmopan. Darwin Martinez. The neat move to get away from trouble. Going all the way over for Kervin Johnson. Elroy Smith providing some help. Still Johnson shows a bit too much there. Amador pokes it away. Now Jorge Garcia. Into the 90th minute we go. Walter Ferretti in full control and in the driver's seat, up 5-1 on aggregate. After entering the match 4-1, Robinson with the lone goal on the night, thanks to a brilliant free kick from Jose Lorero, who's on the ball at the moment. Lorero sent ahead to Castellon. Substitute looking to make his imprint on the game, but a little too over anxious in doing so, called offside. Guénaire. Ian Guénaire scored the only goal ever for Belize in a Gold Cup competition. That came in 2013 in a 6-1 loss to the United States, who obviously are the most recent Gold Cup champions, thanks to heroics from Jordan Morris in the 87th minute. And the United States hoisting the Gold Cup once more after a little hiatus last Gold Cup in 2015. Martinez, a good ball in. Espinoza off of his line. And he collects as we are going to have 3 minutes of stoppage time added on to the 90 here in Belmopan. And what a frustrating night it has been for the home side. A delightful one for the away team, who have come into Belmopan and simply done their job and done it extremely well. Belmopan have struggled to find that final ball as Darwin Martinez goes down in a heap. A couple of twists and turns and somersaults and what have you. Trying to sell everything he can to the referee, Ariel Sanchez. And you see there a bit of a naughty challenge from Gerardo Arce, as Darwin Martinez will have another opportunity from the set piece, barring that he's able to get up off the ground. As Arce will now just scoot off of the playing field, as well as being shown a yellow card on the ground. So Gutierrez and Arce now in Ariel Sanchez's book for the night, as we approach the last minute of stoppage time here from Isidoro Beoton. Elroy Smith. Blocked in front by Tapia. Might have been a little bit closer than 10 yards away, but Ariel Sanchez, like Walter Ferretti, maybe just trying to get out of here in a timely fashion. With the result already in the books, Martinez held up, pleading to the assistant referee that there was contact as he made his move around the defender. Elroy Smith able to win it back. Guénaire. Is there a goal in this yet for Belmopan? Martinez, another good ball in, all the way towards the back post, and unable to get there was a streaking Marlon Meza, who just could not time it quite right. And that has been the story for Kent Gray's side. Ariel Sanchez takes a look at his watch as we have about 7 or 6 seconds remaining in the allotted stoppage time. Walter Ferretti coming to Belmopan, certainly a tough place to play, coming away with a 1-0 result. It falls to Meza. Meza holding off a very strong defender, trying to send it towards High King Roberts, but Walter Ferretti coming away with it, maybe looking to add insult to injury and find his second goal and make it 6-1 on aggregate. Lorero with a nutmeg to put the icing on the cake, and that is going to do it. Walter Ferretti moving on to the quarterfinals of the Scotiabank Concacaf League in its inaugural season, winning 5-1 on aggregate against the Belmopan Bandits. 1-0 on the night. Robinson De Silva, your goal scorer in the 12th minute. Jose Lorero with the assist. For our crew, I'm Tyler Terrence saying so long for now. The final score from Belmopan, 1-0 to Walter Ferretti.